All right. I'm here with Illuna, Apex of Wishes. Seems to be a little bit of an uptick in popularity. I assume some other content creator or some, natural spread of things happen. This deck is now a thing, where it wasn't just a week ago. I wasn't big on it, but I like Temur. Although Temur usually almost always is a combo, like in any format, it's like usually you're doing something combo centric, and this is no exception. I love Temur. My first commander ever was Maelstrom Wanderer, which is like Cascade, Cascade. Everything has haste and whatnot, so it's cool to play a Temur deck. So, the goal is to mutate this onto a token, and then you get Omniscience in play because it's your only permanent. I learned the hard way that if you have one other permanent in your deck, like Search for Skanta, you're probably going to hit that and feel really stupid. I hit that before, and I felt stupid. So I learned the hard way. Make sure this is your only permanent. We obviously need token generation, so I have stuff like Hard Evidence. There's a couple other like Callous Dismissal, Kalani Garden. It's cool to play that and have it be impactful. It's another deck that can get away with Hour of Promise. Excuse me, because you can go get Kalani Garden, or if you have enough deserts, which we're also trying to do, you can also make some zombies. Either way, it's most likely going to find some form of token when you cast it, so we're trying that. Beacon Bolt, just a 2-for-1 sort of removal spell, Faithless Looting to dig faster. The win condition is sort of just overwhelming your opponent with really expensive spells, and they're almost all blue. Drawing your whole deck and whatnot. You could try to play like Jason here and bank on never hitting it and then deck out, because there's some games where I'm like, oh, they're casting infinite cards and then they lose because they didn't actually close the game out after they got Omniscience in play, or they just ran out of gas, right? And they had no way to continuously draw cards. This is kind of cool. Like, it's just a sweeper, but it also gives you tokens, so it's a sort of a win-win. A huge payoff spell is, where are you? Mizzix's Mastery. Where's my Mizzix's Mastery? Hold on. Everyone calm down. I don't see it in my deck. Oh, there it is, right? It's the weird art. This is like, you cast this after you have Omniscience in turn 20 or something, you're probably going to win, because you cast the rest of your deck, and from there you probably should have enough. But yeah, I feel like I might be light on creature tokens, just a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I never changed the deck card back. What are we doing for a card back here? It's the most important part. Something Temur centric. I did just buy the weird fairy thing, but nah, it's too colorful for me. Too colorful. I guess I'll do this one, because technically this is another combo card, right? You only play like 4 non-lands and you draw that card and draw your whole deck or whatever. But yeah, alright, enough rambling. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will play this deck. I got a request to play it, so I'm gonna play it. Whoops, this is the wrong format. Yeah, when I'm not streaming, I usually play Historic Regular, and I play 9 Lives. A lot. I love 9 Lives. I'm thinking about making it Abzan, because currently it's just black-white, and Sterling Grove is a pretty good card. Alright, we have a token. We have a Growth Spiral as well. Nicol Bolas is sketchy, though. If their opponent knows what's going on, which most people at this point probably do, it might be a little tough to keep the token around. What's happening? Oh, they're still picking their hand. I thought they kept. Alright. They have a turn 1 island. We'll play this tapped and probably play We could play this like immediately, but I'd rather not do that. There's a chance it survives. Not really likely. Yeah, this might be tough here. Because spot removal spells are annoying, right? They can kill the token, and then you don't get your payoff. Murderous Rider hard cast. I am very confused. I am very confused. All right, we'll play the Kalani Garden. This play makes me think they're not interested in killing this token, right? Like all right, so we're gonna play an island and leave up Valakut's Awakening. There's not really anything I'm looking for that I can instantly play. Yeah, rip no Godzilla skin. I don't have the Godzilla skin. I know. Oh no, they're reading my commander. Okay, so it looks like they're not familiar with it, which is certainly still a thing, I would say. I'm not opposed to... sure. I'm not opposed to just redrawing my entire hand, because I'm looking for ramp spells. This is 6, right? So, yeah, we'll see if it resolves first. Probably will. They don't have any red mana. Are they going to counter this, really? Do you counter this? Wow. Okay, I'm not upset about that. I think that's totally fine. Strange. So we need one more mana to do our thing. We could... Ooh, let's see. Do we Faithless Looting? Leave up Commit? I think we do, actually. I like doing this. Leave up Commit. It just makes it so I'm way more likely to hit my land next turn. We can discard the Sweeper and probably Beacon Bolt because we can just cast it from the graveyard. Okay, so now we have Commit to defend ourselves. Hopefully they find a red source and go to cast Nicol Bolas. Oh no, they're mousing over my plant. This does hinge on the plant living. That is certainly a thing that is sort of important. If they leave up mana, I guess I'm just not going for it anyways. Alright, looks like they're going to leave up mana. Alright, we'll just do this. I'm going to spend my mana, certainly. Grixis deck passing with only one blue was probably a removal spell, which is very problematic. We could just cast Memory, but it gives our opponent a bunch of cards, and I don't feel like I'm in that much of a rush. I think we're just gonna Faithless Looting. Alright, discard a land, and I guess a second red source would be nice. And I kind of want to leave up Disdainful Stroke, sort of. Not really, actually. There's not much of a big incentive. Because if they cast Nicol Bolas, they're in trouble, and I'm not... Like, you know, that's fine. It's annoying. We have to respect the single... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say we have to respect the single blue source, but again, removal is the problem. We can't cast this. Alright, I'll play this on blue, and I don't see a reason to do anything. If our opponent's not doing anything with 6 mana, I don't think I'm going to do anything. They yet again do not cast this to kill. It's free to just kill the token and then cast this, isn't it? Very strange to me. Okay, guess I'll poke you. Just cycle this Electrolyze. Huh. Alright, that's fine. Kind of looking for another counterspell. Oh, what's this? Oh, never mind. Looked like they were about to do something. Counter target creature spell and eat a zombie. This might just be better as a different token generator, honestly. I don't think I've ever actually pulled off casting this. I don't think so, not yet. Okay, so we play this on red, and we I mean, now that our opponent knows about it, it's kind of not great. Okay, so this will bait out a counterspell and give me more tokens at the same time, so it's kind of a win-win. Okay, that's pretty nice. Resolved. So I can respect like a... Honestly, I could just force the issue. I can just force the issue. It's not like I can't do this again, right? I'll just do it again. Also, mutate. I'm pretty sure when you mutate and fail, I've never had it fail, but when this fails, it still just comes in as a 6/6, right? So it's also not the end of the world. We also have enough mana to kind of cast everything in our deck, so your opponent has to at some point realize that trying to stop you from getting Omniscience in play is not going to work, right? Like, because once you're at a certain amount of mana and you're just ahead on board, they've been trying to worry about Omniscience so much that they just can't do anything, right? Like, now I have 8 flying and they just have nothing they can do. So they're just in a bit of a bind. Although, again, it's extremely strange that they cast Murderous Rider twice, right? Like, if it was in their hand, they could kill my 6/6 flyer. I don't really know why they did that in any way. I don't understand. We even committed, and it came back in play. So, I think that gave us a bit of an advantage. Yeah, after a certain while, Omniscience, you're right, it doesn't do much. My hand is kind of empty, right? And my opponent just spent all that time killing a Kalani Garden token. So I would argue unfamiliarity with the matchup is certainly favorable. Looks like our opponent is playing the... we had the Mutate matchup, and they didn't want to bother. That's wicked funny. Alright. 2-0. 2-0. I'd say 1-0, but our opponent definitely scooped when they saw it. It wasn't like they roped out or something. That's great. Alright. Feeling good. This is way better than a Johnny so far. Okay, this is a slower matchup. Sultai. Looks like we have flipped the switch, so we do have a token here. Again, I've never actually cast this yet, but it looks like we'll be able to. We have blue and red for this. Whoop, whoop. Play this, say hello, pass the turn. Alright. You know, I actually don't like these fast lands in any way. I might actually replace the fast lands at some point. I just really don't like these cards. Really don't. Sure. Alright, we're going to leave up a Counterspell. Opponent will probably respect it, because they know we don't have any permanents, so my hand can only be instants and sorceries, right? If they're aware of what this does. They're going to Field of Ruin my... Okay. I can float a mana to get Adorable, but I'm not going to do that. So I need a green. Thought Eraser. Alright. Make our token. And then I'll just go into a ramp spell here. And now our opponent can't cast Yarok because they have to deal with this token. We need a second green and maybe a second red? We have 2 blue, so this seems fine. Yeah, just 2, 2, and 2. I almost swung. I almost swung. This has Decayed, it would die. Alright, so they discard my Pillage, right? So we're at a spot where looks like we might be able to pull it off, but we don't have, like, something to do once Omniscience is in play, right? And this is what I was talking about. Yep, that's the only thing you can take, so... I mean, it's the only realistic thing you can take. They did not have a land. I'm not going to respect anything. I'm just going to go for it. Not having a land is a bit sketchy, though, but alright. Let's see what you got. Alright, they have nothing, so we put this over. It does have Decayed, which is kind of funny. I can actually, like, I can't swing now. Take action, yep. Lead with this. Ooh. Alright. Alright. So, that was really good. If we didn't draw that, we still had another card to see off of Iteration. Basically a Ponder, right? Because I can't cast the card I exile. We have another Faithless Looting. But we had a Magma Opus, which actually wasn't doing much here. I might have had to just pass the turn, actually. I think I would have just passed the turn, right? Tap 2 permanents. Just tap them on their upkeep. Probably the blue and the black. And then make it 4... Yeah, I would probably just pass in this spot. Yeah. Yeah. GG's. 3-0. Oh, this deck is great. This deck is great. Still, I think there's a little bit of an advantage. Oh, wait, I'm going to reroll my quest here. 750? Hey, oh, and it's on color. Look at that. Look at that. If people just don't scoop, there's a chance they still win. Because I might not have anything in hand. You know, they never know. Well, most people probably do scoop, though, so that is a something to consider when you have Omniscience in play. There's times where I just got Omniscience and cast it thinking my opponent was scoop, and they did, when I was like in a position where I could not win. It's funny when that happens. It is funny. Alright, so Magma Opus can technically give me the token I need. Or against Cabal. Ugh, I don't know. I'm going to keep it. I mean, I'm going to keep it. Just sort of fade some discard spells, maybe. I don't know. Alright, so red? Yeah, we don't have any red. We needed some red, so we're going to do red. Okay, rest in peace. There goes Mizzix's Mastery, but outside of that, we're not too upset. We do not have blue, so let's put blue in play for Growth Spiral. Here comes Kemby Boy. No, Grim Tutor. Alright. Probably for a discard spell. Maybe a removal spell on my token if they know what's going on. Someone's been snowblowing for like 45 minutes right now. I don't know what's going on. They were doing it earlier today too. When I was outside. And they're back. I don't... is it still snowing? I haven't actually checked. Alright, so we kind of have a land, but either, no matter what we do, we're certainly just doing this. So we want another blue, and I almost want another blue. We have green, red, blue, blue. No, we have green, green, blue, blue. Alright, fine. You there. Play the land. Play the land, please. Thank you. Okay. Weathered what? Non-land permanents in graveyards and libraries. Okay, so they have a specific card that stops my combo. Kind of interesting. Because when I go to put Omniscience in play, I can't. That doesn't mean this is a bad matchup, though. This is also offline because of the Rest in Peace. So they're actually doing pretty good at sort of teching us out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Guess I'll cast this. Doing a decent job at stopping our nonsense. But they still have to win the game. We can certainly win without Omniscience. I mean, we can literally play Omniscience still. Green. And I guess I'll Emergence Sequence. Sure. Within my deck of a land. Kind of exposes this. There's probably a lot of removal in their deck. Like a lot. But I also don't need to... What is happening? If a source an opponent controls will deal damage to a permanent and prevent one, whenever it controls target... What's happening? I need an adult. Alright, I'll draw 400 and have an infinite hand size. So this is really nice. We will play Fabled Passage, and I can't leave up a Counterspell. I'll just play Abundant Harvest on non-land, I guess. Just to spend my mana. Stacks. Yeah, we're playing against stacks, dude. This is crazy. Actually, you know what? Let's not Abundant Harvest, because we still have a card we can actually just cast here. Startle. It's not doing much, but, I mean, I can cast it. They left up their mana. I don't feel like I have to. I can just run out this as a 6/6. I do kind of expect it to die, because they didn't play a land, and they probably have a bunch of stuff going on. This is a land destruction, so I guess I'll play that. Might wind up doing something significant. I can Valakut's Awakening. Yeah, you know what? Let's just leave up Magma Opus, because it's Magma Opus. Nothing else matters. I was about to say, there's no end step draw 3 or something crazy. They're never going for Kimball, and it probably makes sense because they don't expect it to ever, like, do anything. You... And then I will tap, I guess, black and white. Doesn't really matter. I'm not capitalizing on them getting tapped here. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. I'm dumb. I guess I should have only targeted them and paid for it? Wow. And then I paid for... Oh, I just... Okay. Alright. Sometimes we make massive mistakes. That was really bad. That was hilariously bad. I countered my own thing, and I lost my treasure token. Opponent's probably losing their mind. Oh my god. That was so stupid. Alright. Stacks, dude. We're getting stacked. What else are we doing here? I guess I'll lead with Abundant Harvest. That was wicked funny. I might just blow up their land. Shoot, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should not have done this yet. Maybe that was a mistake. I think this was a mistake, actually. Was this a mistake? Yeah, this was a mistake. I should not have put this in my hand, because I knew this was the only target. Ooh, yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Alright, so I'm going to Faithless Looting, drop some of the cards that aren't doing anything because of the stuff they have in play here. Like Overload and Startle don't seem too strong. No, Beacon Bolt is actually... Yeah, Beacon Bolt, because that doesn't do anything because of... Rest in peace. So we'll do that. We'll play Vastwood Surge. I'm not going to kick it. I just played into a discard spell, though, which means Omniscience might be off the table, right? That was a huge misplay. It was obviously worse than losing my Magma Opus. Way not good. Unless they would just... it would be kind of odd if they were holding discard this long. It would be a little strange. Looks like they don't have it, so never punished. I guess I'll cycle this and correctly pay for it with the 4th mana source here. So we'll do it right this time. There's also a chance they have like a disenchant. You know, certainly possible. Alright, so we're going to Windmill Slam this. And then we're going to cast a bunch of spells. Yep, looks like a disenchant. D-Spark. Nice, we can actually counter that. Wait, flip the switch, there you are. On you. Okay. Let's do this. I think keeping Omniscience in play is more important than taking an extra turn, so I'm going to cycle that for an extra card. Nice. Nice. So we commit their Vanishing Verse? Doesn't really matter which one. Okay. I can, oh, excuse me, I can blow this up, I guess. It's not really doing anything I care about, though, honestly. Yeah, not really. Alright, we'll just cast this. Might just be able to win, maybe? Depends on how good our draw is. But again, see, it looks, your opponents just scoop when you have Omniscience in play. Like, there's a good chance I don't win, you know? But we'll take it. That was a crazy game. That was another deck I've never seen before, and I love it. I will have to keep this in mind for the future. I've never seen anything like this. This card is really weird. This is, like, definitely someone's trying to just negate, like, nonsense, which I can respect. That's pretty cool. The double answer to Omniscience is crazy from hand, but we got out of it. I mean, we had so many looks. This isn't even the end-all be-all. If this does get blown up, we're not totally screwed. Because, again, they have to somehow still find a way to win the game. GG's. Cool game. Cool game. Cool gamerino. Even through the Magma Opus, actually, it was really bad because we also lost the token. Right? The treasure token, which would have allowed me to cast Omniscience a turn earlier. So, good on us. Definitely lucked out there. That was a huge mistake. God, that was so bad. Oof. Alright. Still won, though. Oh, right. I want to take out these fast lands. I still want to take these out. I just don't like them at all. I guess we keep this. Explore. Yeah. So I'll name blue. They're playing the giant thing, right? Yeah. It just hits you for a lot fairly quickly. Looks like they have a 1-minute cantrip. We found our token, so that's really nice. We can play this on the same turn we go to, like, you know, I'll go off as our, like, 7th source, right? I got this, I know the guy who makes this root beer. We had venues next to each other years ago. Alright, so additional cost, discard. We have another token here. Do we just leave up? I think we just leave up commit here, actually. I think that's better than our next turn. I think I would rather leave up commit. Wow, especially if our opponent's not doing anything. I'm still going to cast it, because... Yeah, we're still going to cast it for certain. I don't care if our opponent cycles this. I'm just trying to take them off of mana. Sure. Okay, that was weird. We are certainly not upset if we lose this, and if they counter it, then that means next turn they have to leave up mana again to not cast their commander. Fine. It's almost like they're playing Baby Niv Mizzet, right? I'm surprised. This doesn't feel like a mythic to me. It feels more like just a regular rare. So they might play the cantrip they had on turn 1 just to get Mind Stone in play right now. Okay, now we have to deal with the 1-minute card still. Not sweating it too much. We're gonna loot away this land. We know it's not Spell Pierce. Commence the Endgame is actually pretty nice, and I will put the second token in play right now. I also would like to just make the land drop. It actually, yeah, the cast is 5 and the mutate is 6, so I have to play the land. Okay. So now they have to leave up stuff. I wonder if they're going to cast a cantrip. I feel like they just should spend their mana as it... Yeah, okay, so it was kind of a cantrip, sort of. It's actually really good, yeah, because it discards. That's what cycling does. Ooh, is this good news? Is this someone tapping out? Is that what this is, please? And not just Electrolyze? Commence the Endgame is pretty nice, though, because it can't be countered. And it also makes a token on our opponent's end step. Do I negate this? Do I ever negate here? No. We could save negate for later, certainly. They can technically attack. Maybe playing around a surprise token generator. It's kind of reasonable. I don't think they'll ever tap out again, unfortunately. So we kind of just have to wait till we have the mana to do what we're looking for. Yep. I'm not going to try to stop that. I'm just going to cast Commence here. We do have a solid hand to fight, but... Guardian Idol. Okay, another thing we don't really care about. Not too much. Wish I had another mana source in play. If I had 8, I could just go right into this. So I wish I drew a land this turn and then commenced for another one, being in a nice spot. Yep. Alright, well, we drew Omniscience. We drew it, so we're off of the combo. We will just pass. I think I'll cycle this now, because I, again, really want to find a land. Excuse me. Yeah, we're just going to cycle this now. Just playing land drop seems like a good idea. Okay, it's also a temple. That's nice. Opponent doesn't know we drew Omniscience. Certainly don't know that. We can shuffle it away with memory, but I'd rather not do that until maybe... Oh, I guess we can sauce him for 6 here. That's actually quite nice. We do have a sizable token. Maybe our opponent gets disrupted if I go to cast memory, and this goes back to a little small thing because their graveyard is gone. But memory is usually not good for you ever, because it's only a sorcery, right? If it was an instant, it'd be decent, but... As a sorcery, it's hard to do things after you cast that. I think I'm going to cast Disdainful Stroke because it's not the best in this matchup, or at least it doesn't feel like it is. And obviously, taking my opponent off of cards is pretty nice. I wonder if they swing, because they're not doing... I think they're going to swing, yeah. Swinging is reasonable, because I don't think they're going to double block. I doubt they would, at least. So we've kind of put them in a spot where they have to have a counterspell and not just a removal spell, because we have a 6/6 in play. We have 8 mana. I wonder if our opponent does just scoop if I go to cast this, mutate, and it does resolve, even though I don't actually have anything to get with it. Let's see what our opponent does. I am curious. Brazen Borrow would be unfortunate. Any bounce spell, right? I mean, we kind of counter anything, but obviously it would be kind of annoying. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. It's not an answer. I could negate that, but I'm not going to. Alright, so we have a pretty nice thing in play. Unfortunately, we don't have Omniscience, but it is what it is. Whoa, what? Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, I apologize for everyone watching. I thought they shuffled back in like Cascade. This has not happened to me before. I've never cast it after after I had Omniscience in play. I didn't play a lot of games with this deck, but woo! Alright. Sometimes you make mistakes. Our opponent doesn't seem to realize, but they're gonna find out real quick. I mean, we're dead. We can't beat this. Oh no, we should have stayed in the game. We should have stayed in the game actually, because our opponent very well could have just scooped. Shoot. Oh man, I should have stayed in the game. Yeah, because I had lethal, and if I go to I should have stayed in the game. But I mean, if our opponent's paying attention, if it was paper magic, they would instantly realize that I did not have a library. Whoops. I really thought it was like Cascade. I thought you keep the cards you exile. Oh man. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Oh my god. This deck is all over the place. I'm having every possible experience with this deck all in one sitting. Oh boy. Okay, so we don't have a token. I think that's fine. Ooh, I don't know. Mono blue. Ooh boy. We're gonna keep it. I think we're gonna keep it. I want to play against a not blue deck. That would be kind of cool. That would be pretty neat, but unfortunately that's not the case. Also, I keep forgetting to take out the Sanctums. The Sancty boys here. I'll probably just cycle this. Mono blue is kind of a problem. Sure. I know I said I was going to cycle it, then I didn't. Let's see, we're going to do this. Really? Okay, sure. Probably looking for a land. Most certainly looking for a land. Otherwise, tapping out is a little reckless. Okay, so we'll play this, and we'll Migration's Path. Really, you have Spell Pierce? Swan Song, okay, not as upset. Not as upset. Okay, they're back to having untapped mana. Guess I'm flashing this back. Blue. Do we want this? I think we do want this, actually. That's fine. Another thing I was going to say about the bucket list, like depending on what matchups you play given your commander or whatever, is it's weird that they think... Like, if anyone's... That means every single commander is in some sort of bucket that, like, you know, some tier list or something. And, if two decks are completely identical, except one of them is just running a weird commander, can you exploit that? Like, what if my opponent's just playing a deck that is 100% just Brawl, right? They're just playing a Brawl list, except they're playing with a weird commander. Like, who's to say that's... you know, who's to say suddenly this is a better tier or something, or a worse tier just because it's in the command zone, but it's just literally Brawl, and there's nothing else, right? We'll cycle this now, finally. Alright, that's fine. Our opponent countering ramp spells feels like a pretty good spot to be in, honestly. I'm going to get rid of Overflowing here. I guess I'll put that on top like that, just in case this doesn't resolve. Right? Yeah. This isn't necessary to resolve, I guess, right? Okay, it's resolving. So castles to just start scrying, and I guess I could get Kalani Garden. How many deserts do I need? I need 3, right? I have 1 in play, so I could get 2 and just make some 2/2s. Maybe that's a little bit better. Maybe? Ooh, I don't know. It's not like these deserts are particularly strong. But I guess Fine, I'll just do it. Just make some zombies. Alright, we have a lot of mana. Still have to deal with infinite counterspells, though. I wonder what their commander does. There must be some sort of Kraken something going on that I'm not aware of. I don't know. I don't know. We have an answer to this token, and I guess I'll force the issue now. Wow. Oh my god. Alright, so either they didn't want to fight over this, or they felt like if they did fight over it, they're in a pickle. The fact that this made them scoop makes me think that they are almost completely creatureless, right? There's no board presence in their deck. It's just a bunch of counter spells and stuff. And I think in that regard, we probably do have a bit of inevitability, as they're not continuously applying pressure. So just dealing with this token is enough. But yeah, we technically beat a Brawl deck just now. That's kind of cool. Wow, we beat a blue deck. Cool. I mean, we have play against blue. It's not like a terrible matchup. You know, it's pretty solid. Alright, I'm going to mess with the mana base a little bit, because I do not like fast lands. I'm not a fan of them. I just was running them because I own them, and I was just putting every single dual-colored card I have in here. And I think that's the only one I had, right? Not sure. Might be the only one I had. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to add... There's another forest, I think, because the green is probably the most important, because the green gets you into the bigger spells, which are like the blue ones, and the red ones are kind of weaved in there. Yeah, we're going to add a green here. Just having one green source is probably the most important color, because again, the ramp spells. Anything else we don't like so far? A braid might be better just being something else that does something similar. But I guess for now that's fine. I mean, we're winning. We're winning, so I guess I won't go crazy. We're doing pretty well. What are we up against? Eliwick. I don't think I've ever played against Eliwick. Plus is venture into the dungeon. Look at the top 6 is you may reveal a creature from among them. Put it in your hand. If it's a legendary, gain life. Put the rest at the bottom. Emblem with creatures. You trample, haste. For each dungeon you've completed. Oh my god. Okay. Sure. Sure. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Huh. It seems a little difficult to have this emblem do anything unless you have a ton of venture into the dungeon stuff. I don't know. We'll find out the hard way, I'm sure. I also have to name this deck. Forgot to do that. Pass. Alright. Extremely good start from the opponent here. I think I'm going to lead with a... Grow from the Ashes? Yeah, feels fine. Oh no, I played a... Whoops, alright, we're not doing that. We're just leaving up Prismari Command. I didn't have a green source in play. Oh, it's almost like I went completely against what I said you should do. Opponent is not respecting any sort of counter magic. That is interesting. I guess they can't. Not really. So what's the first dungeon you do with this thing? I guess you do that, sure. They put a card on top. Sure. So what's the next one? They get a token and then... Okay. Hey, that's pretty good. I think I'm going to... Prismari command their... We can draw discard, actually. No, let's get a treasure. Let's get a treasure. So that and that. Alright, so we have 5. We can kick this, and I think I will get a green and another blue, I think. Yeah, green and a blue. We can't... I wouldn't iteration right now, so... And I don't... We haven't even seen a creature yet, right? So I don't... Oh, there we go. Whenever you cast a creature or planeswalker, venture into the dungeon. Sure. Unfortunately, this no longer kills their commander. But I think that's fine. They don't really have a lot of removal. And honestly, me just making some tokens right now into just instantly casting my commander and doing the Omniscience thing might just win me the game. Because they are mono green, right? This might just win me the game here. They can venture into the dungeon, and they actually would get an emblem if they did do the... Okay. So they can venture into the dungeon right now. And all these tokens have haste, right? They get haste. Yep, that's not lethal, though, but they did it. I mean, they did it. They did the thing. That's really cool. I didn't expect them to pull it off, and they pulled it off. Wow. What is this? Another creature? Oh, just... Oh, no. Does that do it? Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, no. Really? 16? 26? Ah, man. Wow. Our opponent actually did the thing. I really did not expect them to do it. Also, I think Hornet Queen was the only creature in green that could kill us because it gets the emblems bonus like 6 times or 5 times, which is actually insane. Man, that sucks. We just had it too. There we go. Gotta fix that. Ugh. I usually import deck lists because I hate looking for all the lands every single time. Which is probably why there was a Sanctum in here. So I'll import a list and then I'll change it because I usually disagree with a lot of people's decisions when they upload a list. But you can find lists that are just the lands as well somewhere. You need it to do that initially with... Are we keeping this? What are you up against here? Blue-green, first spell, top card. Sure, I guess we'll keep this. Initially, there were card arts you couldn't play unless you imported a certain deck on the internet. Online, right? To play it. So you had to import something with the text that had the right wording for certain lands that you otherwise couldn't play the art for that were in the game. So I had like deck lists of lands imported that I would use to make my decks with. Cultivate. Oh, that's not cultivate. Rip. Okay, so we're gonna spring for a blue. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. No. No. Oh, no. Never us, dude. Never us. Alright, so blue and... Do we get another blue? Technically, we have a double red card in hand, so that's fine. So we can Hour of Promise for Kalani Garden and also have hard evidence for our tokens. Opponent has Wash Away in hand, which is almost a guarantee counter every single time. The first time they cast it, right? First time I cast my commander, I don't know how to respect that, right? Yeah, this is bad. Not the end of the world. I mean, if our opponent swings into Commence, we're not in a terrible spot. Hey, we found a desert, so we can actually just get 2 deserts now. So we found the zombies. I could sweep the board, but I'd rather wait till Tatyova's in play. With that being said, maybe we don't even play anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess we just don't do anything. Okay, that's... yeah. Because I don't want to get into a situation where I can't do things that are good. So let's not have that be a thing. Okay, opponent lost the land off the top value because they didn't play it first. Never mind, they could play this flipped. Forgot about that. And they found another land on the top. Oh wait, did they already play 2 lands? I don't think they have played 2 lands yet, so that's strange. Looks like we get to kill the Oracle, though. I don't really care about their commander at all. I will certainly cast Storm's Wrath in the face of a counterspell. I think I'm going to loot this here. Cycle, whatever. Okay, Wash Away of our own. Alright, so we're going to play this. Fortunately, it's tapped. Alright, so how much mana do we have? We have an extra 2. Do we respect 2 counterspells? I mean, one of them is only 1 mana. What am I talking about? I keep thinking Startle is a counterspell. I really don't know why. I don't know why I keep thinking that. Startle is not a counterspell. Alright, we're going to get green. And they're probably not going to block. I think it's safe to... This is not Storm's Wrath. Oh my god. What am I doing? This is not Storm's Wrath. Oh my god. I thought it was Storm's Wrath. What on earth? Where is my head? Okay, so we don't have an answer to Tatyova. I think I'm gonna cast this and get some zombies. I'd be kind of surprised if they countered this, actually. Wilderness Reclamation is kind of a problem, but we don't really have an answer to it. Okay, well they took themselves off counter magic, but I can't punish it in any way, unfortunately. I can see an argument for leaving up Wash Away, but they kind of just counter back, and I don't know if that's getting me anywhere. I'd like to play against a deck that's not blue. Please, Wizards. Hello? Anyone? So we get the zombies. I can get Kalani Garden as well. I think I'll just get a temple, though. Seems fine. That is certainly a creature token, but I don't think I'm in the market for it right now. Okay, so we're going to swing for 7, and then we're going to probably... Wash Away doesn't have any uses. I think it... I'll just cycle Startle, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I keep thinking Startle's a counterspell, and Unexpected Windfall apparently I think is Storm's Wrath. Huh? Oh, right. Wilderness Reclamation. So their whole deck can be cast at instant speed now, basically. Everything has flash, and they untap their mana on my turn. So they basically have, like, Prophet of Kruphix. They have bannable synergy going on. They discard Growth Spiral. Well, that's not good news. Okay, I think this game is over. Unless my opponent somehow doesn't have 48 counterspells. I'm going to just not continue to play this game. There's probably nothing I can do here. The first time I go for something, I already know it's not going to resolve. Opponent's basically playing a turn on every person's turn. Right? On my turn, they get to cast cards and draw cards and all that. And the fact that they discarded Growth Spiral is a really, really bad news, because not only does it draw, it gives them an extra land in play, and it also triggers Tatyova. So that means their hand is obscenely strong. Alright, we're against Yarok again. We have Cultivate. We have Cultivate. I think we keep this. We have triple tap land, though. I'm still going to keep it. I'm still going to keep it. Can always find an untapped land off the top. Solve the equation. No, I think we have enough ramp already. We're looking for just different stuff currently, or just technically not really looking for anything. Oh, good thing they didn't have an untapped source on turn 1. You would have been able to hear me complain. Alright, I guess I'll play Kalani Garden right now and pass. Cultivate next turn because we found an untapped land. Okay, sure. Found another untapped land. So we'll get a green and a blue. Maybe double green? No, green and blue. Put the green in play. And pass. How much mana does this thing tap for? Is it other or itself? Greatest power. Okay. Alright, opponent got Yarok in play before I was able to do my thing, which is really unfortunate. But it is what it is. Yeah, let's see if we can find a land here. Well, that's not great at all. So I'll put this to my hand, discover to the bottom, and I'll cast a Braid on the 2/3, right? I could spring, but I already have the mana I need to do what I want, so it's kind of on our opponent to deal with the token right now. This also could have been their only blue mana, even though they drew a bunch of cards. So that's nice. But, yeah, Yarok is a bit of a fragile commander. They did get it out pretty quickly, though. But Yarok does demand that you play kind of on your own turn, right? Even though you do have counter spells available to you. Because you need to play Battle Cries for Yarok to really do anything. So, not only did we kill a pretty nice mana dork, we kind of put the ball in their court to do something at sorcery speed, but if they do that, we just combo off. So, again, it was basically they needed a removal spell for the token, and they didn't have it. Okay, so it's mono white. We could mulligan for a sweeper, or we could just keep something like this and hope the token doesn't die. And just win off the back of the combo, I guess. We do have kind of the strongest card in our hand to win after we play the combo. Oh, there's the sweeper. Alright, so we have everything we're looking for. This also evades Indestructible. Not to Fairy's Protection, though, but everything else. So I guess I'm not playing Hard Evidence. That's a counterspell. It gives me something to do next turn, technically. Technically use? No, it doesn't, because Paladin class, it taxes us. Good thing I noticed that. So I guess maybe it's reasonable to bottom this, because I don't know the turn cycle in which I would have mana to cast it. This is an extremely strange hand from a mono white deck. just having this is very weird as your only threat. Very weird. Okay, well that's a good one, but that just means all you're doing are making 2/2s. Yeah, this is not a good spot for our opponent. I mean, we could reset them too here. But we're going to just go get some lands. I'll get a red source and I guess another blue. Just one of each basic in play seems fine. Also looks fancy. Okay. So I think I'm going to River's Rebuke our opponent. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, we're going to River's Rebuke them. And then we're going to play a tap land. Actually, yes, we're going to play tap land. So the next turn we can do our thing. I mean, technically we could have just done it right now, but it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. So hard evidence into do the thing with the stuff. Yep. Opponent knows what the game is, and they were just waiting for me to play some kind of token to scoop. And when they are mono white, so I don't really blame them for not making me show them some form of win condition after I do the thing, because it's very likely I'm probably going to amass enough cards, or even if I have a couple counterspells in hand, just Omniscience means that, you know, it's hard for them to just do anything as mono white. I don't think I would have kept the hand they kept, because they just, I don't know. There's like one creature, and I guess Felidar Retreat? It just doesn't seem like that's getting you where you need to be. Okay, well, we wish it was a fast land, but it's not. Okay. Mono white again. No, green white. This got me before. It's a little pip there in the bottom. Green white. So a little bit more of a hedge against some nonsense here. Okay. I don't have this land yet, I don't think. Such a weird land. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. I think we're going to guarantee a ramp spell, so we're going to do that. Could just get a non-painful green source. That's fine, yeah. So I'm not taking damage every time I do something. Ah, rip. Okay, leave up flip the switch, I guess? Yeah, I mean, I'm leaving up something no matter how I slice it, so... Yeah, we're gonna just not let that happen. Decayed zombies can't block, right? Okay, this is getting bad. I guess I leave up Lightning Bolt if I might end up needing it. Yeah, so we'll just pass. Oh boy. Okay, so they're slower than I thought they would be. I'm not gonna counter this. It seems... I just don't like countering ramp spells ever. I'm gonna Lightning Bolt this though. Alright. Alright. Fun's over. Wizards, please. Please. Wizards. Kinda don't want that to happen. Okay, sure. Oh boy. Alright. Found our land here. Make sure we don't name non-land. Do we shock ourselves? I think we do, because I'd like to leave up Counterspell right now and counter this Elite Spellbinder, which is probably a problem for us. Yeah, because... yeah, it's kind of a problem. I just want it countered. Yep. They have not gone for their commander yet. It is a 4-mana 4/4. I guess they don't have a serious board presence for it, right? So that kind of makes sense. They can flicker for how much mana? 3, 1, 2, 3. So they can Elite Spellbinder next turn. Do we have a desert in play? We do, so we could go get the other 2 to make zombies. Is that better than... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And no swingy. No swingy wingy. So we have 2 of the strongest cards, but we're going to lose one of them. Sure. That's the exact same thing as just flickering it with their commander. So I have countered the Spellbinder twice, so there's a reasonable expectation that, you know, they do cast it because I have shown them that I don't want it to resolve. But fortunately, we drew a second very nice card, so we're in a pretty decent spot now. And I don't really expect any removal or anything. Okay, we actually lose both of them. We do lose both of them, but it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. That is really annoying, though. That's incredibly annoying. Am I... So we do our thing, and then they can keep bouncing Spellbinder on my upkeep to tax the card out of my hand, right? I mean, they'd have to untap, but this just seems like another spot where someone sees that I'm going to do it, put Omniscience in play, barring I don't actually draw it. Actually, that could be a possibility. There's a 1 in 82 chance I actually just draw Omniscience and can't do the thing. And then from then on, I don't know, man. People scoop to Omniscience, and I guess there's... You should just keep that in mind when you're playing Omniscience decks, or, you know, combo Omniscience decks that don't actually straight win when they put Omniscience in play. Some people just scoop. Alright. We were not in a good spot in any way, and they scooped. We could draw something. Right? We see 2 new cards. We cycle the Growth Spiral, and we... you should always see the win con after Omniscience. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, they took 2 cards out of my hand that were really good, right? Like, those are the cards we're looking for. Like I can't cast them because they're not in my hand. Oh, man. Like, you were doing everything you wanted to do. They even got around my counterspells by being able to interact with their own graveyard there, right? So I don't get it. I do not get it. I am big confused. Also, what on earth is this? Transform it as a sorcery into a discard spell. That's really annoying. Alright, I'm going to Into the North here for... I don't think I'm running any of the snow double lands, yeah. We're not super color hungry, though. I guess we could go for another red. There are some double reds. We do have a lot of blue, though. No, we'll just get a red. There's some double reds here, so... We can... Again, this is not a counterspell. I was about to say we can... we could cast that, but it's not a counterspell. Okay. If our opponent just activates this, I'm going to startle so I don't lose my only token generator. Whoop. They are mono black, though, so that is something to be wary of. They were probably going to take Wash Away anyways. They certainly take it now, because there's nothing else to take. But our opponent has disrupted us and... Whoa! Okay, I'm confused. I am big confused here. We're going to look for a blue source. I don't know what's going on. And we pass? They must have another discard spell and a removal spell. They have to have both. That must be the case. Okay, so I guess I'm not going for it then. Yep, they have a removal spell. Looks like they do. Guess I'm just going to do this then. Yep. I guess we'll cycle Migration's Path. We don't really need more mana. They're gonna take hours, so I'm just not gonna cycle for a chance to, obviously, them to take something else that's better. That sweeper really wasn't doing anything. Alright, I'll just cycle it now. Alright, we found another token. Good thing we did not cycle when we did. Oh my god. We are going to do this on this. Remember, we can always just draw Omniscience as well, right? It's not like that's out of the question. We have a lot of blue, but we don't really need any more green, right? Do we just cast this? I don't think so. I'm not utilizing it in any way. And there's a chance they like mind rot me, and I obviously wouldn't mind just getting rid of that there. Okay, so we will do this on that. We get a token this way and a counterspell, so they have to have double removal. I'm not even gonna like respect it. I'm just going in. They know about Wash Away, so they have to have 2 removal spells. Okay. So let's see if this person scoops. Take action. Extra turn. Memory lapse is not great. Okay, this person did not scoop. We also can't swing because we have Decayed. Alright, so now we're in a bit of a bind. We also lost access to these cards. That's notable. I can see an argument for not even trying to go for it due to... Oh, wow. Alright. This is kind of weird to me. All you did was kind of give me a 6/6 that can now attack. Kind of weird. That was massive. Oh my god, that was huge. Alright, so we'll do this on Gonti. And then we'll, excuse me, then we'll cast this. And then we will do this. Cast Spring. Migration's Path, we'll probably cycle it. We don't have to do it right now, though. Hard Evidence. Temple. That's not doing much. Cast Mind. Alright, we found a counterspell. I'm pretty happy to see that, kind of. And I guess we pass. It'll probably do something. I don't know what, but it's probably going to do something. Okay, this has done a lot of damage to us. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I'll just counter it. Okay. Alright, so we're going to run this out as a 6/6. And then we're going to cycle this. That is not great. Maybe I should have thinned my deck of a land first. Oh boy. Oh boy. What's left in our deck here? How do we win? Counterspells defending a 6/6, it seems. Not impossible. Not impossible. Looking kind of tough. So I kind of want to bounce this. River's Rebuke doesn't feel like it's doing anything that much stronger. And it's kind of free to attack with this. No reason not to. Just get the damage out of the way with it, I guess. It does play around some Edict effects, so maybe it doesn't make sense to do that. Usually Disdainful Stroke hits all the problem cards, but that's not necessarily true. Another counterspell. Alright, so what does this do? Exile, at the beginning of your upkeep, put all creatures with exile with this into play with Decayed. So that's 7 coming my way. Kind of have to start bouncing their stuff, because otherwise I can't really swing in and I have to start blocking, and that's not really where I want to be. So we have a land destructions land, which we can blow up their stronghold, giving them a stupid amount of mana. Okay, that's not really doing anything. Not really doing anything. Kind of want to counter that, so I will. They could have transformed this first, actually, couldn't they have? Yeah, they could have. Huh. Interesting. Guess that was a bit of a mistake on my part. Hour of Devastation is... I guess I sort of have to cast it, otherwise I'm in a bit of a pickle. Right? Because they just discard it. Alright, let's blow up their Cabal Stronghold and make a 4/4. I'm going to do it now because I just don't want them to have that much mana. And if they invest mana in flipping their whatchamacallit, I think we're happy. Right? Looks like they are putting mana into it. Because otherwise this really isn't doing much at all. Okay, we get rid of the crab. They have to do something. Oh, they found it. Alright, so they found a way to survive. And they found a way to flip this. Yeah, that was... I guess it's a good thing I didn't cast that, because yikes. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. Okay, so we get rid of this, draw some cards. A bounce spell and a draw. Create a treasure token. Fine, we'll do this. Okay, we have 16 cards left. Come on, it's got to be in here somewhere. Get rid of this mountain. Damage, please? Hello? Damage somewhere? 0, so we'll do draw, discard, and 2 damage to them. Wait. Yep, I did this right. I did this right. Okay, we found it. We found it. Oh my god, we did it. That is crazy. Oh. Oh man, that was close. See, this is why you don't scoop to Illuna. Oh my god. Oh dear. Lordy, lordy. Alright, so what did we actually exile with Illuna? Because there is that argument too, where like, you can just look at what I exile and then you think you can beat the rest of it. Also, the one time they cast Gonti, it actually didn't hit anything spicy, I guess. They never went for it. Very surprised to see how little removal spells they had. It was a lot of edict effects. Wow. Oh man. Yeah, we lost some pretty good cards. Trying to think. Of these cards, which one would have been like insanely good? Magma Opus would have helped us close it out. Making a giant token. Obviously extra turns. Mizzix's Mastery being the huge one. Whew, that was crazy. Oh, man. Oh. I'm getting a lot of games in, too. These games they're just going by. Goodness gracious. Yeah, what are we, like 9-4, 9-3? Something like that. Play a couple more. I thought these games would actually be slower, honestly, just given what we're trying to do, right? Do something on turn 6 with a token, and then win the game after the fact, but opponents are scooping before I'm getting to the omniscience part, and we aren't struggling with tokens. I was struggling a bit earlier off stream, but currently I'm not struggling with tokens too bad. So I'm feeling good about how many tokens we have. Also looks like we're stuck in that disconnect loop. So the moment the game starts, we're in a draw. I think that happens when you're like trying to connect with someone that just doesn't have good internet. I don't think it's on Wizards. You know, I don't even really like root beer all that much. But it was the only flavor they had. which I guess doesn't surprise me. Oh, it looks like it would have been an interesting game, too. I don't know what that is. Oh, it won't let me see it? Oh, I think it's that blue-white weird thing. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. I'm not going to look for it, but would have been an interesting game. But we're not going to play it, unfortunately. I played so much Magic Arena. I know all the ins and outs of the mechanical issues. Oh, we found someone instantly. Look at that. Didn't even see the cancel button. Kenrith. Alright, so 5 color, but it's not Golos. Hold on, am I tripping? You can still play Golos in this format, right? Yeah. Yeah, you can still play Golos. I have not seen someone play Golos in a long time. I've seen someone have it in their deck, but not as their commander in a long time. We don't like this hand. We kind of like this hand. It doesn't have a token, but so far that hasn't been a problem. Yeah, everyone assumed it was banned. Never tried. Certainly an argument to consider. I'm very surprised how much I have not seen it. Very surprised. Alright, so we have a really good 3 here. So we get blue and... yeah, I think we just get 2 blue, actually. Alright, so now we're just looking for a token here. I can discard... what are we discarding to these pillages here? These are the same card, right? Yeah, basically the exact same card. One's just an instant. I guess we pitch a land now that we drew another one. Because we are going to draw 2 cards here. Yeah, that's reasonable. Opponent played an Essica, which is interesting, to say the least. Okay, not the best cards. Plays tapped. I could have played it untapped or just played the island to cycle this. There's a chance we just draw 2, though, right? Or 4, excuse me, draw 4. I've never cast this from the front side. It's weird that this card happens to be, like, his art, right? Because he's probably not, you know, Omniscience wasn't in mind when they played him, so you usually find yourself cycling this, but in his, like, deck you happen to sometimes actually cast it for 6. It's really funny to me. Sure. They don't have mana, so it's not getting haste or anything, and I don't think they have anything in their graveyard. That was a really good card to draw right now. Like, really good. Like, dummy good. I guess we just pass now? Yeah, we just pass. They could be counterspells, maybe? I don't know. Kenrith, I don't know, not super... what? Okay. Have your opponent draw 3? No, we'll just take some damage. We took 2 damage off of a Gear Hulk. Ooh, feels bad. I don't think this card is very good in this format, unfortunately, because usually people are playing like 40 lands, and Kenrith might be playing like 42, 43. Almost half your deck. Why are they not swinging with Essica? That's funny. So they have something they're leaving up. I don't know what it is. I'm totally fine with this getting counterspelled. If their opponent's leaving up mana, I think we're in a fine position. You pretty much have to count... wow, they did not counter this. Okay, so... we just untap. Beacon Bolt is only 3, right? Yeah. We can commit one of these. I think I'm going to lead with... alright, well, we certainly play a land here. On red. I guess I'll just cast this. Get Beacon Bolt to be big enough to kill one of these. Would be nice. It's at 4. Of all the cards in my hand, I think this is the weakest one, so... they haven't countered anything yet, so I'd be kind of surprised if they countered this, actually. But I guess maybe they're just waiting for the last spell. Because otherwise they're not really doing anything. Siphon Insight. We can manipulate that with a Brainstorm. Can also just counter it. It could be a problem. Yeah, it could actually be an issue. I think I'm comfortable. No, what are we talking about? Just let it happen. They could, yeah, they could hit Omniscience, but our hand is looking pretty good without it, actually. And we're not even kind of at that point anyways, but Brainstorm would have been a nice card to obviously cast right there. They Memory Lapse. So they stole my Memory Lapse, and then they cast it. That's kind of annoying. It still has its discount, though. Because it's like a perpetual thing for that silly mechanic. So we got 6 cards. We can kill this Gear Hulk. But I think I'd prefer to kill Kenrith, because it doesn't seem like they can recast it. Yeah, this is nice. They put a counter on their Gear Hulk? Sure. But I don't see us dying to damage. Not really. They didn't see our hand, did they? They did not. And we can always just Beacon Bolt this at some point. I might just discard this Insight, but I can see an argument for discarding Commit to... Okay, take 7, sure. Probably leave up cards like they did last time. Alright, we're gonna get rid of... Commit, actually. There's a chance we wind up just like really drawing this and casting it, so... Well, that's not great. I think I'll Brainstorm. Actually, let me attempt to cast this first. Make sure this works here. I would like to kill Essica. If they would go down mana if I did do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this point, I'm not upset with just casting the Overflow, and if it gets countered, so be it. Alternatively, we can just do nothing. Opponent has shown us nothing. Yeah, I'm fine with that too, because we could just wait, right? I'm not going to counter this Siphon. I didn't last time, and I don't see myself doing it this time. You know what? We're gonna cast it. We're gonna use our mana. We're just gonna counter it. We're just gonna counter. Just play a little bit safe here, I guess. Make it so we don't lose the game to some crazy stolen card or something. Even giving them a ramp spell is a bit of an issue right now, so... But yeah, Kenrith, you're right. Kenrith could technically at any point be the priority being held, and they don't have any counter spells or something. It is also reasonable. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah. Okay, 12 mana. So this is what happens when you don't have a creature token. Okay. Are they swinging? No, they're not swinging. Okay. Do we Brainstorm right now? No. Okay, we found our token. And they only have 1 black source and a couple blue, but we don't have any counter magic now. Oh boy. Alright, so we're going to lead with something that baits a counterspell, I suppose. They kind of have to counter this, right? You can't let this resolve. So this just gets a counter out of their hand. And we'll also... Alright, so they don't have a counterspell. There's no way you let that resolve if you do, right? Ooh, Star of Extinction? Ooh. I'm going to blow up one of the colors that they only have 1 of. Blowing up a blue is nice, but I'm going to just do this. They could have a soft counter still, right? They have to have something. Oh my god. Oh no. Ooh. Alright. They found a land. They found a land. Dude, I don't even want to cheat out Omniscience. I don't even want to lose part of my deck this time. Alright, so they find a land. I don't know why I said that, oops. Maybe there's no use for this, and they didn't realize. I don't know. It probably won't matter, though. Can we get enough deserts? We cannot get enough deserts, so it has to be Kalani Garden. Guess we brainstorm first. Kind of makes sense. Hey, Kalani Garden. And we got the desert. Okay, so we're going to put back Garden Temple. No, we'll keep Garden, and we'll put back Thriving Isle. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And then we'll do this. Oh, I didn't play the desert first. Alright, so I'm actually dumb. Actually dumb. I'll get a land destruction land, though. Get a land destruction here. And I suppose deck things, so I'll just get Evolving Wilds out of my deck. Play the token. And at this point, I will just go to do the thing. Because if they do kill it, there's a chance they do. Oh, I don't have the mana for it? Oh, I don't. Alright, never mind. We're not doing it. I was going to say, if they just kill the token, it's not really the end of the world, honestly. We still get a 6/6, and we also get to keep our entire, like, deck and not lose anything. They found another land. Alright, but they can't cast Kenrith. We know they kept a land, right? We know this is the draw for the turn, so the cards they have not changed. Okay, they found an answer to my token. I feel like I could have found a way to not allow that to happen, so that's my bad. I think I'm going to blow up one of their lands, though, honestly. I think I am just going to do that right now. And it will probably be the Black Source again. That makes sense. Cast Harmonize. At this point, I don't even really want to get Omniscience. I want to just make sure I don't exile too many good cards in my deck. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, I could have just played Garden. I could have gotten the combo in play at some point, certainly. But I didn't feel like I needed to. And I would like to have cards like this in hand when I instantly go for the Omniscience. Whereas I otherwise didn't. Okay, so they found a Black Source again. Let's see if it's a sorcery speed removal spell again or something. Probably is, right? Okay. It wasn't sorcery speed. We'll draw a billion cards. At this point, it's just how long our opponent wants to stay in this. See, now we just drew Omniscience. I was kind of hoping we would. Land, Omniscience, and win the game. Put you in play. Green. Vaughn is upset. No. I don't know why. I mean, they decided to stay in the game as long as they did. They kept a kind of a questionable hand as well. I don't know. It might have been 3 lands. 3 lands in their Essica. Why are they running Essica? That's really weird. I don't know. Yeah, at that point I was just kind of playing with my food, though. I really was. Interesting combo. Nissa in Cataracts to mutate on it. You can't play Nissa. You can't play Nissa. Nissa's a permanent. So if you ever go to cast your commander or mutate and you get Nissa and not Omniscience, you're going to feel bad. And I've had that happen. I was playing... whatchamacallit? Search for Escanto. And I got Search for Escanto off of my Illuna. So, red or green? We already have green. We'll get red. We need red. So. Yeah, you have to have Nissa for your... Wait, are you talking about a different card? If you're talking about this combo, you'll never be able to go for the combo unless Nissa's already in your hand, and you never want to be in that position. We'll just play an Island Pass. We have a Braid up. Probably just kill their commander. I assume they're going to go for... No. Do I kill that? That seems like one of the few things I'm not interested in ever killing. I will just put a token in play, cycle this now, because I don't know when I'll have the mana to do that later. So land, cultivate, get blue and red. Yeah, we have a second red in hand, so that's fine. Indestructible. Going for the indestructible commander they have to exile? Oh, okay, I got you. Alright, let's see what they do now. We're tapped out. This is his second spell? Yeah. Tenacious Pop. What do you do? Okay, interesting. They are green-white, so it could be quite difficult to answer this token this turn. And I have no reason to leave up any mana, so I could just try to kill things here. Or just not do anything. Leave up a Braid. I'll leave up a Braid, I think. That's fine. It's kind of the same, right? Except I don't have to commit this card. So they have to deal with this token right now. Hopefully we don't exile too many spicy things like we did last time. It is nice that this deck does not need to do its thing, right? That is nice. You can still just win by just playing Temur control or whatever. So I have more respect for this deck than I did prior to today before playing it myself. So some sort of Alpha Strike, sure. Into... Okay. Sure, that could... It is part of a combo. I think I'm just going to kill it right now. Doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to kill it. They get a token, gain a life. Yeah, it's a control ramp deck that I love playing this kind of deck. You know, Essel has a way to do some endgame nonsense. Oh. 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 We still won. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Dude, I'm telling you, people stop scooping to Omniscience. Stop. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, shoot. Excuse me. Oh, I can't believe that happened. Oh my God. Oh. 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 Oh, okay. All right. Never punished, dude. Never punished. Oh my God. Oh. I mean, I have to... That has to be the last game. I can't keep going after that. That's just... That's criminal. Yeah, that was... This deck is really fun. I have more respect for it than I did. Oh, jeez. You can play a Temur control deck. You got your ramp spells, your burn spells. You have pretty decent sweepers, even though you're not black or white. You have mass bounce in the deal 5 Storm's Wrath cards. I dropped my hair pick. Counter spells, card draw spells. You can get away with playing a lot of really expensive instant and sorceries, and you're also playing a deck that makes a lot of cards your opponent might play not good because you don't have anything for them to blow up. You don't have any artifacts or enchantments, so they can't really utilize that. And you have some creatures, so their removal is decent, but it never feels good to cast a removal spell on a token, especially when you still get this in play after the fact, right? You mutate, the token dies, they have to have another removal spell to kill this as well. The fact that this doesn't shuffle the rest of it in your deck is really unfortunate. I feel like it almost should. There's so many cards that do a similar thing to this, and you don't lose your whole deck. It just goes to the bottom, namely Cascade. So that is kind of strange, but it's always, it's usually good enough, right? Didn't try to clip it in time. Yeah, no, I'll probably post it somewhere. I'll clip it. But yeah, that this deck is really fun. There's a couple ways you can play it too, different ways to build it. I had a list I found online and I messed with it a boatload, especially in the mana base. The main reason, again, I look for lists online is because I don't want to sift through all the lands myself or all the efficient token generators, right? Like hard evidence. Who knows how long it would have took me to found this card on my own. But yeah, GG's, super fun. Won way more than we lost, and the losses were, you'd say kind of close, except I think one of them was pretty bad. But we did beat a mono blue Brawl deck, and I never expected that to ever happen, and we did. We never played against Keenan, but apparently you're never gonna play against it because you're in a tier that's not that one, or some weird stuff I still haven't looked into. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll probably be playing tomorrow, So I'll see you then, and have the good rest of the day. Yeah. Peace.